Welcome back. Can't wait to see everybody at school. We've had an amazing February vacation. And I'm back to read 3 chapters to you in A Good Kind of Trouble by Lisa Moore Ramey. The chapters we're going to read right now are chapter 34, Double Cross, The Sorry Sleepover, chapter 35, and Nothing Good, chapter 36. I'm also going to read these chapters with you during Remote Wednesday, but I wanted you to also have a video in case you want to look back at these 3 chapters. I'm highlighting them because this is a turning point for Shayla, Julia, and Isabella in their friendship. Lots of stuff has gone down at the dance. If you remember in chapter 33, the one titled Chapped Lips, Tyler gets commanded to kiss Shayla. And right in the middle of the dance floor at the dance, he plants a kiss right on her. And everybody's watching. And Shayla is completely embarrassed. And so the name of this next chapter is called Double Cross. And like I've been explaining during the reading of this book, we need to look at chapters because they help us understand what the chapter is going to be about. And in English, when somebody double crosses you, it means that they betray you. They go against you. You think that they're your friend. You believe that they're your friend. And that's what enables them to be able to do something like that to you. You would never expect it. It's called a double cross. And the person in this chapter who's going to be doing the double crossing, I think you can guess, it's Julia in collusion with her new squad. Chapter 34, Double Cross. I tell Bernard I need to use the bathroom, but I really just want to get away so he won't ask me to dance again. Before I can find a dark corner to hide in, I end up walking right into Julia and her squad. Stacy starts giggling when she sees me, and she gives Julia a little shove. Jay, you said she'd never do it. Julia's face gets red. Bro, you should totally thank us, Stacy says to me. Julia gets even redder and elbows Stacy. Thank you? I ask. Stacy's face is all smirky, and Julia's is all embarrassed. And I get it. It was you? You guys got Tyler's friends to make that command? Julia's now redder than the spiciest hot wings. It was just a joke, Shay, she sputters. Don't get twisted. Right? Besides, you guys make such a cute couple, Stacy says, sounding like she's the couple expert. Didn't I tell you, Jay? We do not, I glare at Julia. Why'd you kiss him then? Stacy asks. I didn't. Sure looked like it, Stacy says. I thought you liked him. It was a command, and you know it. My hands go straight to my hips. And I'm so about to tell Stacy Chin I'm so about to let Stacy Chin have such a big piece of my mind it'll flatten her. When Julia gives my elbow a tug. It wasn't that big of a deal, she says. Well, it was to me. How could you do that? I thought it would be funny, Julia says, her voice lifting at the end, like she's not really sure. My eyes start to burn. Friends don't do stuff like that, Jay. I'm not sure why it bugs me so much that her other friends have a different nickname for her. So not cool. Stacy looks back and forth between me and Julia. Bro, seriously, we didn't even think it would go that far. It was just a joke. Lynn and the other girls behind Stacy look very uncomfortable. My bad, and I was just messing around about the couple thing. I'm not nearly as mad at Stacy as I am at Julia. Julia's my best friend. She should have known how uncool it was to set me up like that. Sorry, Julia says. She gives me a little nudge, and I nudge her back but harder. I'm mad, like really, really mad. Where's Iz? Julia asks, trying to change the subject. Being so mad at Julia makes me feel nervous about how I treated Isabella earlier. I probably owe her an apology. This is turning into one sorry night. Julia glances around and I see her face change. Oh, she's over there, she says. I turn to the dance floor. I know by the expression on Julia's face what I'll see. The heat in my neck goes all the way up to my scalp, and it feels like my ears finally pop. The music and laughter around us sound so loud, and yep, there's Isabella and Jace, dancing and laughing and looking like a great couple. So, a lot going on here in the double cross. And it's almost like we're talking double cross in terms of Julia doing something to Shay and Isabella doing something to Shay. Although Isabella is a little bit more innocent than Julia. Julia did her thing to Shay on purpose with other people. Isabella really can't help it that Jace prefers her over Shay. But when we talk about girl code or code between friends, that's something friends are supposed to not do to one another. You don't go after the person that your best friend is interested in. It causes too much jealousy. So Stacy and Julia set up the command, and Shay all around just feels super betrayed. So now we're going to take it back to the house. It's time for the sleepover. Chapter 35 is titled The Sorry Sleepover, and it's on page 182. A slow song comes on, and I think the long rope of intestines inside me is tying up into one huge knot. I'm stuck watching Jace and Isabella like I'm playing freeze tag. I don't want to watch, but I can't look away. Jace looks like he's trying to talk Isabella into dancing, but she shakes her head and she looks around. And even though I'm sure she's looking for me and Julia, I push my way through the crowd and go over to an empty corner of the gym. I want to be alone. I can't believe a minute ago I was trying to find Isabella so I could say I'm sorry. I used to think I was super lucky because some people only have one best friend and I had two. But what do I do when my two best friends have both done me dirty? The bottom row of bleachers is pulled out. I sit. I stare at the crowd of laughing, dancing people, and I just want to bury my face in my hands like this. She's feeling very sorry for herself. The slow song ends and a good fast song starts. Lots of people start singing along to the song and throwing their hands up. Isabella finds me and she has Julia with her. Great. Isabella says, "Come on, let's dance all together, just the three of us." "Yeah," Julia says. She holds her hand out to pull me up, but I don't take it. "No," I say, "I don't want to go. You guys go ahead." Julia drops her hand. Then she and Isabella stand there for a few seconds. I don't know what I want them to do, but it isn't Julia saying to Isabella, "Let's go." Isabella raises her eyebrows at me. I want to dance some more before it's over. "I'm not the boss of you." My voice comes out louder than I want. "Fine, Shay," Isabella says, and now she sounds annoyed with me. Which is really kind of ironic. My friends leave me with my salty attitude and join a big group of girls dancing together. After a while, the light starts flashing and parents come in to take their kids home. I'm so through with this dance. I stand up and head for the door. Mama is right on time, and I'm glad to see her. That's because I forgot about my makeup experimentation. I remember quick when I see how Mama is looking at me. I open up my mouth to say something, but nothing comes out. I look down at my shoes and I wish I could disappear. I'm sorry, I finally say. Let's go, is all she says. Probably because she's mad at me. She doesn't really notice how upset I am. I stay next to her as we walk to the car. Neither of us is saying anything while the setter-upper and the boyfriend stealer walk behind us. I'm not sure if the sleepover idea is such a good one anymore. Climbing into the car, Julia whispers, "Are you in trouble?" "I should take you two girls straight home," Mama says. "Shayla doesn't deserve company right now." Her hands are super tight on the steering wheel, and my stomach feels like hot rocks are rolling around inside. "But your mothers are expecting you to be with us, and I don't want to mess up any plans they might have." I swallow hard, trying not to cry. I wish I could tell her that I don't even want them to stay over anymore. As soon as we get home, Mama says, "Shayla, go wash your face." Getting ready for bed, Isabella and Julia act like the only thing that's bothering me is getting caught wearing makeup. It makes me feel even worse, because shouldn't my friends know why I'm upset? I try and pretend everything is okay because I don't want to ruin our slumber party. Julia takes a few selfies of all of us and I fake smile. Maybe this is how Isabella feels a lot of the time, not letting herself get mad. It's really not a good feeling. I can't keep all my hurt feelings from bubbling right now. Maybe if Jace hadn't seen me kissing Tyler, he would have wanted to dance with me. As we line up our sleeping bags, my smile slides off my face. It feels like finally taking off a pair of too tight shoes. "How could you have done it, Jules?" "What?" Julia asks, pretending she doesn't know what I'm talking about and like acting all innocent. Then she looks down at her phone instead of answering me. "Done what?" Isabella asks. "Julia and her squad were the ones that set up that whole command. Julia plotting with her friends makes me feel like she's picking them over us, over me. She probably wishes she was sleeping over at Stacy's." "Seriously?" Isabella asks. "Jules, that's so uncool." "No wonder you were mad at the dance, Shay." She turns back to Julia. "You know how Shayla feels about Tyler." "It was supposed to be funny, Julia says, instead of denying it. "Can you two chill?" "I would never have done that to you," I tell Julia. "Chill out, bro." Julia taps something into her phone and grins at it. I'm sure she's being super funny with her friends. "You didn't have to go along with it." "I'm not a bro, Jay." "But Tyler is," Julia says, and snorts like she's hilarious. She still isn't looking at me. Instead, she's just focusing on her phone, and I almost snatch it away from her. "Not funny," I say. "For real," Isabella says. "Okay," Julia says. "Sorry." Anybody can tell you that's no way to apologize. And she sure doesn't seem all that sorry, the way she's just clicking away. "Check out all the snaps," Julia says to Isabella. "They're hilarious." I know she's just trying to change the subject, but it still makes me mad, especially when Iz picks up her phone and starts looking at pictures too. I wonder if it's too late to ask Mama to take them home. "Are you two seriously going to be on your phones all night?" "I was just looking at the pictures. You want to see them?" Isabella holds her phone out. I do, but for some reason I say, "No thanks." Isabella nudges me with her toes. "That was messed up that Julia did that," she says. "But you kind of seem mad at me." Her voice is quiet, and I can tell she wants to ask me something, but I just pretend not to hear her. I yawn extra wide. "I'm exhausted," I say, and I flop down on my pillow. The room is quiet, except for the sound of Isabella and Julia tap, tap, tapping. Obviously, they aren't texting me. I turn on my side, away from them. So this is absolutely a horrible sleepover for Shay. She probably wishes her friends weren't even sleeping over. Nothing actually gets resolved. Julia is really not acting sorry at all about double crossing Shay and getting Tyler to kiss her. And Isabella probably knows why Shay is mad, but she's not brave enough to really talk to Shay about it. Instead, she's texting. And a little preview is the person that she's texting is in the room with her. And her name is Julia. All right, let's find out about Nothing Good, chapter 36. Nothing good. In the morning, I wake up before they do. Julia's phone is next to her head. I bite my lip, considering. Mama says nothing good ever comes from peeking where you're not supposed to, but I can't help myself. I pick up Julia's phone. It is password protected. And for a second, I worry that with all the other changes, maybe she changed her password too. But it's the same, 0213. It's always been. That's her birthday. There's a bunch of group chats with her and her friends, but the first message is one from Isabel. It just has 2 sad face emojis. So of course I click on the thread to see what Isabella is sad about. Julia, you've got to dance with Chase. Isabella, Shay said I should have danced with him. Like she didn't care. Julia, do you like him? He's so cute. A bunch of smiley faces and heart emojis. Isabella, he is cute. And she capitalizes IS. Julia, you should go for it. YOLO, bro. YOLO means you only live once. Isabella, Shay would probably get mad. Unhappy face. I don't know what to think, and I want to stop reading, but I can't. Isabella is right that I would be mad, so I don't get why they keep talking about it. Julia, she doesn't have dibs or anything. It's not your fault he likes you. And then Isabella, a bunch of sad faces. I stare at the faces. Is she sad because she's being a horrible friend, or sad because she cares about my feelings? I set Julia's phone down. I climb back into my sleeping bag and I pull it up way over my head. When we all get up later, Mama makes banana pancakes, which is what she always makes for the 3 of us. This morning they taste like sand. Mama asks Julia and Isabel what they're doing for winter break. It's like she's trying to fill up the kitchen with noise since I'm being so quiet. Julia says she has basketball tournament and Isabella talks about an art camp she's doing, and I don't say anything. Mama keeps giving me side glances, trying to tell me with her narrow eyes that I'm being rude, but I can't force a smile onto my face. Julia and Isabel go pack up their stuff, and I'm super glad when Julia's mom comes and picks them up. As soon as they're gone, I give Mama a big hug. I need a big hug. I swallow hard, trying to push the stinging tears down. Mama lets me hug her for a minute, and then she untangles my arms from around her waist. Shayla, we have to talk about makeup before, so I know you know better. I nod without looking up. Do you want to explain to me why you thought you could break the rules? I fiddle with my fingers. There's no excuse that's going to save me. I just wanted to look special, I admit. Well, you didn't look special. You looked like a girl who was trying too hard. And I know there's a boy mixed up in here somewhere. I stop myself from saying anything that will get me in more trouble. I've done told you, Shayla, you don't need to be messing around with any boys. See how it already got you into trouble? I feel horrible because I got into trouble for no good reason. Jace didn't even notice that my eyes were big. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry too, yes indeed. You don't get to decide the rules. Your daddy and I do. Her voice is like tiny knives piercing me. I know. It comes out angry, even though I really feel like a used up tissue. Excuse me? I'm I'm sorry, Mama. I won't do it again. It's hard talking over all those salty tears stuck in my throat. No, you won't. She stares out at the window for a few minutes, and I know she's trying to figure out my punishment. Okay, Shayla, we don't need to talk about this anymore. But don't think that you're getting your phone back anytime soon. She pauses and then she adds, and don't make any plans with your friends over winter break. I'm going to have some extra chores for you to do. Yes, ma'am, I say. Then I go back to my room. I sit on my bed thinking about the dance and the kiss and my friends and just how horrible everything is. Used to be that people would ask if it was hard having two best friends. Now I know what's really hard is feeling like you don't have any friends at all. So that's it. That was nothing good. And in this chapter, Shayla's just in a whirl of trouble with her mom over the makeup. She's being very dishonest and she's looking into Julia's phone, which is making her even more upset because now she sees that her two best friends are talking behind her back. And she has no idea whether or not Isabella really likes Jace or why she feels sad about the situation. All in all, these 3 chapters are showing us that big problems, big trouble is happening in the friendship of the United Nations, and the friendships are going to change. And the thing I want you to keep in mind is that trust is at the core of having a strong relationship. And right now, I think all 3 of these friends are starting to feel like they can't really trust each other. And we're going to have to find out if their friendship is strong enough to get through this bad period of time. Okay.